I really like how this came out. I like how the white.
And I was like, yo, how can we? I called the print shop and I was like, how the fuck can I get this off the paper and into a digital format? He was like, just bring it here. Bring the drawing here and we'll scan it and everything. I'm like,
You take care of it.
Awesome.
This is our job.
I don't have to do shit.
This is why we are here. Oh, did you ever go print anything from that? I remember, like, when I last seen you, you said you wanted to try to get something printed. And if you went to Mons, it was like 3 weeks ago. I forget what you were trying to talk about for something. Maybe it was that.
I never took it over there.
But you guys are still doing this, I see. So Glenn's found.
Yeah, but I'm not getting the grant. She said she got a grant for $5,000.
So you're not getting no money for doing this shit.
So I'm gonna just have enough money to get it made.
That's
and
it.
Not pay myself for doing all the work.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping for. That I can.
I feel like that's when most people go. I feel like they probably ask for a little bit more because they feel like they're doing something that's gonna benefit the place as well, even though they're getting money for it from them. Ooh, that water looks dirty. What's in there? What kind of color was that? Brown, right? That's good too.
We're going to start with a pair of violent attacks on religious gatherings over the weekend that have shaken other communities of faith across the nation. 2 people were shot and killed in a Sunday morning church service near Fort Worth, Texas, only 14 hours after an intruder stabbed 5 people at a Hanukkah celebration north of New York City.
A live stream video captured yesterday's shooting at the West Freeway Church of Christ in White Settlement, Texas. An armed parishioner quickly shot and killed the attacker. The man who responded is credited for saving many lives. Maria Villarreal is at the church about 10 miles west of Fort Worth. Maria, what do we know at this hour?
Well, you know, right now, the investigators are praising the heroic action of parishioners who helped stop this gunman. In fact, several people actually jumped up when the shots rang out, pulled out their guns to try and protect the congregation.
That says they can't. That shit is you able to carry conceal wherever you go. And it's lucky when people do have that shit.
And she says almost immediately when this guy walked in, she got a bad vibe.
It was like a matter of seconds.
That's how long it took to turn a peaceful Sunday service into a room filled with chaos and fear. Cameras inside this sanctuary capture the moment the gunman pulled a shotgun from his pants, shooting 2 male parishioners in the corner of the church. Some people ran to escape the danger while others hid under pews. Isabel Ariola and her family noticed
this one guy coming into the church.
I don't feel comfortable. I said he
gotta be deranged.
Was giving me that vibe.
She was within feet of the gunman when he started shooting.
I told my husband, let's go and give me my baby. And I guess I gotta get her out of here.
The gunman was killed by a parishioner who's part of a volunteer security team. Several more members drew their guns as well. There were more than 240 people inside at the time.
This team responded.
Yo, that
quickly,
shit is crazy, yo.
And within 6 seconds,
I swear, man, this shit, I don't know.
The shooting was over.
Church members identified the 2 men who were killed as Richard White and Tony Wallace.
We lost 2 great men today.
But it could have been a lot worse.
This has been Ariola's church for more than 15 years. She says she has no plans to stay away.
We have to pray that we can get back. I have to, thank God that I'm alive.
Yo, it's wild, bro.
The FBI is working with local and state law enforcement. Right now, they are not releasing the name of the suspect, and they are still working on the motive. But we do know that he has ties to this community, and he has a criminal past. The congregation is planning to meet tonight to finish.
He has a criminal past, but he still got access to guns and shit. That's what I'm saying, yo.
Yeah, thank you. It's so important to be together right now.
What about the 2 black people who ran up in the Jewish store and started killing motherfuckers in there in New York?
I didn't hear about that one, but that's insane. I just read something on Facebook. It was like this guy stole like $10 from somewhere in like 1982, and he's in jail for life.
At Farmers Insurance, we know what they're
Been in jail for like 30-something years, yo, for over $10. But that was his 3rd strike. That's what well, that shit was.
Yeah,
it was in effect for a while, then it went out of effect, and then when Clinton came back into office, Clinton put the 3 strike rule back in there, yo.
The people whose video we just delayed.
We're really sorry. We apologize.
That adds a 9.
Most of the people wrapped up in President Trump's impeachment scandal have one thing in common. They all have official roles with the U.S. government, with one big exception.
President Trump's personal point man, Rudy Giuliani.
Does Rudy Giuliani have any business getting involved in U.S.-Ukrainian politics?
Rudy Giuliani.
I wouldn't mind getting a gun.
Yeah, exactly. Because the weed laws are changing so rapidly, and all these fucking white investors and all this the capitalistic free trade market, they're setting this up to be a $1 billion fucking industry in the next couple years, yo. And for decades, they've been criminalizing weed and even more stigmatizing and criminalizing depressed communities of black and brown people who live below the poverty line, because we either use marijuana to deal with and cope with the everyday stresses of life, or either selling marijuana in order to create our own economic system so we can feed and provide for our families and shit. And so for years and years, they've been throwing motherfuckers in jail over this shit. Now it's legal, and we got dispensaries and head shops and this and that. And it's like, yeah, what about the motherfucker who's doing 15 years for having like a half a pound of weed, but now this dispensary right down the street is selling a half a pound of weed every hour?
But the same type of people in the jails for youth. That's what's really crazy. Like, there's this festival, this merchandise, like, there's so many stuff going on with right now.
Even the merchandise shit, it's not even marijuana, just the blunts and the bongs and the papers and the wraps and the this and the that and the dab setups and all this fucking shit. And there's so much paraphernalia and merchandise that makes billions of dollars within the weed industry that's not even weed at all. What was that story though? Black couple. What the hell? That was not what I typed, yo.
The YouTube looks weird. Why is it blue?
Mm-hmm.
Switch your colors. Time for us to rise up as the black purge.
2 weeks ago.
That it happened 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
targeted attack on the Jewish kosher deli across the street here.
The street is Jewish.
This did not begin with gunfire between police officers
That's his
and
jersey.
the perpetrators and then moved
I thought
to
it was
the
in New York. It was
store.
Jersey
Began
City.
with an attack on the civilians in the
He
store.
spelled black with an I.
And then our officers who were posted a
The
block
I.
away immediately responded to the sound of the gunfire heroically.
Oh, wow.
Placed themselves in
Yeah,
the
I was
line of
supposed to
fire,
say I was trying to
attempting
look for
give the information,
like the
and
street
both
name
of
to see if
them
I because
received gunshot wounds
I
as
told
a
you there's
result.
only
There were
Jewish people
multiple
really
other
around
people on the
Riverdale.
street, so there were
I
many
mean,
other
there's probably
targets
people that live
available to
around
them
all
that they
over, but
wanted
like a lot of them live up there.
to attack that place. So it was it was
But this was
clearly that
a
was their
guy and a
target,
girl
they
couple
intended to harm people.
ran up in there,
Some
strapped,
Bonnie and Clyde.
and they
And
weren't
with
looking.
no, they were just trying to shoot
They
people.
just killed people, yo.
They were black too. That's weird.
But then let's say, well,
Could be a
they got
color or
mental
something.
issues just like everybody else. Because every other gunman, that's what they say. Oh,
Nah,
he has mental issues. He was unstable.
You know what I seen the other day? When I was in New York, I was watching Criminal Minds in the new season. It was about this episode. They would get hypnotized by like gas and stuff. I'm not saying that it happened, but like this guy would put gas to their house. It was like stronger than like the stuff they give you at the dentist, and he would talk to them and make them hallucinate and make them believe their biggest fear, and then he made them kill the people in the house. Like one guy killed his mother. Yes, Criminal Minds, Law and Order. Let's go. But go on. And this other guy, girl, she killed her mother, and then like it was literally insane. But I'm not saying that this happened to them, but like imagine, because why would they do that? I'm not saying that there's not black people that are prejudiced to Jewish people, but imagine there was some shit like that. That's crazy though.
So here's what we know now.
Because it's uncommon for us to snap and do that shit.
That's what I'm saying. And then a couple.
Two
at that,
individuals
like,
encountered and killed Jersey City Police Detective Joseph Seals in the Bayview Cemetery in Jersey City. The two suspects are David N. Anderson, age 47, date of birth October 20th, 1972.
Yes, I don't know which number it was.
Age 50, date of birth April 28th,
it was right before Hotch left. I don't know if you keep up with Criminal
Both of
Minds,
them are
but my aunt
deceased.
told me it was right before he left the season because some guy went after to kill his son.
Security camera footage shows the moment a van pulls up across from the JC Kosher supermarket. It's come out, guns drawn, opening fire at the store as pedestrians flee. Today, the small Jewish community in this area was left to pick up the pieces.
Good and kind people, and unfortunately, terror hit home in a very...
I haven't kept up with Criminal
It
Minds. I
began
need to.
yesterday when a
I bet
police
it's
officer was
slacking.
killed at a cemetery after approaching a suspicious vehicle. Minutes later,
But that's
the
New York.
shooters
No,
arrived
that's
at the
Jersey
grocery
still.
store.
We
Rabbi
can't
Moshe
see them
Shapiro
though. You can
says
just hear it in the
store
video.
owner narrowly missed the attack.
You can, they got.
I want to see them physically shooting.
Nah, they got street cam footage of when they pull up.
Security camera
That's the
footage
van right
shows the
there.
moment a van
You can see
pulls
both
up
of them
across
get out
from
the
the
van.
JC
The dude's
Kosher
driving.
supermarket.
Yeah.
Two
He gets
suspects
out
come
like this. Be
Oh,
like,
yeah, ready.
Opening
and
fire
then the
at
girl,
the
she
store.
comes around
He
and
didn't even close his door.
she's ready.
Today, the
But they
small
said
Jewish
before this
They're
happened,
obvious though. They was quick with it. It was sloppy.
they killed the
Good
cop
and
right before
kind
that shit
people,
happened.
and
Man.
unfortunately, terror hit home in a
Yeah,
very
that's
sad
sloppy
way.
though.
It began yesterday when a police officer was killed at a cemetery after approaching a suspicious vehicle. Minutes later, the shooters arrived at the grocery store. Rabbi Moshe Shapiro says the store's owner narrowly missed the attack.
Miraculously,
And like
2
not all
minutes
black
before
people
the
are
attack
like
started,
black people.
walked
You know, like
just
black people
10
from here
feet
that grew up here.
to the right, we
Like
walked
their
into
whole
the
life, it's
synagogue,
different.
and he, thank God, survived, but unfortunately his wife...
Like how they see
and the
things
other,
from black
two
people like that
civilians
lived in the hood.
The two others were a store employee and customer. The suspects were killed by police. During the almost 3-hour shootout, a number of schools, including
3-hour
right across the street, were on lockdown. While just beside the grocery store,
And like you could tell they were already deranged because like they said that he just they couldn't have any more information because he died, but they don't know if he was talking to them. But they just said he approached the vehicle, like they was just anybody that came to them, they was getting shot that day.
like 2 years ago, and that's nothing I haven't heard then.
Seriously, right now in the world, it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's just getting worse, yo. Like, we're way more divided than ever, and it's just weird as shit, yo. To the point where, and that's the thing, like, here in America, the African American population is signified as the most violent group of people. We are the most violent, the most prone to violent. They have done scientific studies, say there's some violent gene and all this other ridiculous shit, and they use that to propagate their reasoning for having incarcerated us at such a higher level than other members of the society. And so being described as these horrifically violent people, it still seems weird, odd, awkward, and out of place when African Americans go on a rampage and kill strangers for no reason. See, everybody wants to criminalize us because of black on black violence, as if there's not white on white violence or Hispanic on Hispanic violence or whatever, Asian on Asian violence, but no one ever really says that. So once again, in order to keep the African American population signified as the violent people, as the bad people, as the lower group, as the ugly people, all of these negative stereotypes have to be placed and retained upon us. Now, when you see white people go out and do this, that shit just happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? White man go burn some shit down, or rape his family and hold the people in the basement hostage for years. And you hear that story and you be like, white people are crazy. Or shooting up their schools or shooting up churches, and that's what they do. But they're not seen as the most violent group of people, even though they've perpetrated the majority of the world's wars, dropped atomic bombs, killing hundreds of thousands of people. And history just shows like they're violent. But when black people lash out and they snap and they go and commit this public act of terror, it just seems like, wow, black people did that? They did what? Some black people killed a cop and ran up in the Jewish store and started killing people? And it seems so out of place for us to be so frustrated with society that we actually ever take it to those extremes. The most we do is we beef with each other in our neighborhoods over drug territory that nobody owns. Because this is my hood and this is my block, but you still rent from somebody, and the person who owns your house is probably white. So you don't own your neighborhood and you don't own your block, but you beef over these small territorial zones and you shoot out and kill each other. But once again, when it's so frustrating and so obvious that who the oppressors are, and when you attack the true oppressors, it's like, wow, why did they do that? Like them Jews in their neighborhood, but they run all the shit. They own the stores and all the markets and all the businesses, and everybody say, oh, the hood is poor, but then why do all the Indians and Arabs and Asians put all their stores in the fucking hood? Because there's money in the hood. That's why they have the corner stores and the gas stations and the little poppy markets, and because they know that's where the money is at, and it's easy money because we don't know what else to do with our money but give it to other people who put businesses there instead of opening our own fucking businesses in our own neighborhoods. And so these motherfuckers probably felt exploited and disrespected and subjugated by the Jewish community, and they felt like retaliating against the principality of the situation. And felt like violence was the most efficient way to get a message across. Do I agree with that shit? Not necessarily. There was another story from like in the 80s, late 80s or 90s about this dude, I think it was from Jamaica, wound up coming to America. He might have been in New York, and coming from a all black area where, you know, it's all black people all the time, and then coming here and getting disrespected. And like he was like, yo, I can't believe like y'all motherfuckers really take this type of disrespect. Like, and he just one day on a fucking subway, on a train car coming from work, yo, he pulled out a gun and he shot and killed like 3 white people, yo. And they caught him. He went to court and he represented himself in court, saying that it was
insanity.
He was some kind of mental breakdown, and he wasn't responsible. Temporary insanity or some shit. And he almost got off, but he did. They got him.
But they got him because
but he was like, fuck that, I'll defend myself for killing these motherfuckers. He's like, but he felt so inhumane and so belittled and so disrespected. Like, he was like, gotta kill these motherfuckers. That shit's crazy. Like, some people,
ones that did it to him are just random,
you know.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah, and that's,
it wasn't like he just killed other people. He killed 3 white people.
Yeah, specifically killed
out of all the people on the train car.
All the people on the train, he targeted like white people, yo. Yeah. But then I want 2 studies to be done, really, and it would need like a couple of years of research and a lot of funding behind it. Mm-hmm. But 2 major studies, if I had resources and I had funding, I would study hair types. Okay. Because there is something special about Africans and why we have this texture hair, yo. Like, why real black people have a certain that nappy hair. And like, other people of color can have real dark skin. Indians can have, Native Americans and West Indians can have really dark skin to where they're darker than I am. I've seen Mexicans are darker than I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mexicans, Dominicans,
a lot, and they can get, but Haitian, no matter how much pigmentation other races can produce in their skin, mm-hmm. they still have straight hair. It's something about Africans can produce a large abundance of melanin, and they have this really kinky curly hair, and it's so distinctive from every other fucking race on the planet, yo. And there is something special about those genetics.
And still, even when you mix like black with another race, it's not gonna still be that texture.
No,
it's not gonna.
It's
still be
rare sometimes, but normally you lose it. You lose that textured hair, yo. And that's, I think, like, the kinkier and more nappier your hair is, the closer you are to those original people, yo. I think that's like how the original people look. They had kinky hair. Yeah. So I would love for someone to do an in-depth study of the whatever genes produced the hair, which geno and phenotypes on, you know, whatever countries have the strongest genes for this type of hair, and how long has it been around? Is it one of the more original genes, or is it an adaptation, or is it epigenomic? And like, because I don't think no one ever has done like real research about hair. Like, niggas can grow an afro and other people can't do that shit, yo. Our hair, that shit can defy gravity, yo. You know what I'm saying? That shit grows up. Our hair like out and up, yo. That shit is weird. Go down, exactly. Other people's hair get long. Our hair gets high. And it's weird. Like, our hair that shit like a flower. That shit grows towards the sun and shit, yo.
I never thought about it like that.
Our hair texture is special. You can get color. You can get a lot of color
Like
in your
put
skin.
No product in it, just let it be natural.
And your hair can grow out like that. And so a study on that would be cool as hell. And another study I would want somebody to do, like, that would take like a real in-depth study of mass shooters and why are 99.9% of mass shooters white males between the ages of fucking 16 and 35. And what makes these white men want to go out and kill dozens of innocent strangers? Because I don't get it. I don't get it. Somebody really needs to look into the psychological disparities of the white American male culture that is causing all these white boys to go out here and kill these motherfuckers, yo. And there's something so harsh and underlying in this thing, and it's so deeply seated that we need to talk about these issues, yo. Nobody don't want to talk about that shit. And it's more and more mass shootings or attempted mass shootings. And it's always these young white boys. Like, what? Why are y'all so angry? Why do y'all want to commit such atrocities? Yeah, that's it, and that's the thing, yo. They don't want to pathologize this shit. They don't want to criminalize this shit, and so all these mass shooters, once again, they're from broken homes, and they're medicated, and they're depressed, and they have anxiety, and they give all these sweet, soft reasons for why these dudes just snap off like that. You know what I'm saying? But anybody else do that shit, he's a fucking terrorist. He's racist. You know what they know what they were doing. It's like, damn. Like this black couple that shot up the juice store. Like, we don't see black people do that shit often. It's like, and it seems weird now. It's like, damn, what the fuck, black people? You know, white boys, they do that shit all the time. It's like their thing. They get mad, like, all right, mom, I'm killing everybody. I'm killing everybody in here. Shoot up the school, 16 people dead, 17 people dead. You know what I'm saying? How you just go kill 17 people that you was just eating lunch with yesterday? Yo, Boston, what's good, yo? You ever noticed that on Criminal Minds? I don't really watch that show.
Every show, Forensic Files, NCIS.
It'd be like religious people.
Every cold case files, like most of the time, it is a white person committing the crime, whether it be a rape, a murder, robbery.
But he said usually religious.
Religious? Sometimes they'll throw those type of stories in there.
Yeah.
But it does happen. I don't really see black religious people killing people. I've seen a couple of them do like steal money from the church and shit like that, but not like harming people.
Yeah, I don't really watch them shows, like all the detective shows and shit, man. I grew up watching them shits, yo. Oh, you know what? I should have went longer. I grew up watching like the old detective shows, son. Perry Mason, motherfucking Matlock, Murder, She Wrote, goddamn Columbo, Dick Tracy. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn Angela Lansbury And Matlock, man, there's Perry Mason, boy, they'll solve all these crimes for CSI even get up in the morning. Man, Perry Mason better had a goddamn case off. Perry Mason was what's his face, yo? Dick Van Dyke, wasn't it?
Mindhunter is good.
Mindhunter?
Yeah.
Yo, you know what? I think somebody else told me that shit too, yo. Somebody at work was talking about that show, Mindhunter. I've heard that before. I haven't even seen a preview or anything about it, but I heard the name of it. You watched the episodes?
I've seen the
What
whole
is it?
season.
The whole damn. It's like that.
Yeah, it's like that. I think there's only 1 or 2 seasons. I don't think there's a lot of them. If I'm not mistaken. But it's good.
Not really. This is I've been working on this project for a minute now, actually. Since the idea has been around since fucking November, or even earlier than that, probably. But this is something I'm doing for the Black History Month in February. But you seen the models that I made? Those little movable models? I'm just trying to finalize some drawings for those and get it ready for the print shop. So I got the strong man lifting weights. All of his stuff is done. And so now I'm just trying to get the drawings for this house done. So front of the house. And I'm gonna add some color. I might want to put some curtains on these front windows here or something. But essentially the door is gonna be able to open, and we're gonna cut the windows so that the shutters open and close on both sets of windows. That's just a simple roof for the house. On John Douglas. Wow. So this is the first drawing. Yeah. So this is the main section of the first drawing. That came out pretty good. So we're gonna print that out. And then if you overlay it just so, this will line up and be the part 2 and part 3 for the drawing, because these parts are gonna be printed and cut separate. And then this part is going to be printed and cut as one piece. And then we'll connect them on using these 2 areas here and trimming down however we need to after they're adhered to the foam. So got this piece. Might put some filters on it in Photoshop or something at the print shop. I want it to look like a older black and white drawing anyway. And so I'm just working on finalizing the house. So I want 3 more images for this house project, because essentially I want the shutters to be able to function and open and close. And when you open the shutters, there's going to be other imagery behind the shutters. And so in one shutter set, I want to have in two shutters, I want to have information on the Scranton Hook and Ladder Volunteer Fire Brigade, so we can have one blurb of information here. You can open the shutters and read about it, and open this set of shutters and read another little blurb about what year it started and how many volunteers there were. Here it can be what neighborhoods they were assigned to, and how often were they called out for fires. In either one of these windows to the top, I want to have an image of a lady that needs to be rescued, and maybe another image of fire here, and an image, something when you open the doorway that shows that the house is on fire and how desperately the person is in need of saving. And I want it to be interactive so that kids will have something to play with and they can touch it and move it around and read something for themselves. Hey, progression is the key, man. This shit is hot,
Burning the toes. Imagine you slip them out to your foot. I said, imagine you slip them out to your foot. So hot.
What are we gonna do now? Let's see.
You have a business. And with YouTube, you can open your door to half the world's internet users while only connecting.
I'm talking about, he always does it with the glass. See how his mouthpiece is like different though? I don't like that one though. I feel like that would feel weird, you know? But that one is perfect, it's like a flute. That's sushi. That person said bye to you.
business. And with YouTube, you can open your door to half the world's internet users, while only
Added like 5 or 6 new beats to my beat list. That shit got like 150 something beats on it now. Peace. Everybody stopped to do it, showing some love early in the morning.
Toyota Thon is on. Time to get a great deal on Corolla hatchback, RAV4, Tundra, and more.
That ain't on my beat list.
How much was it?
No.
This says Base Nation. Maybe just have to give it a second. Maybe it gets better.
I like it, but it do start out weird as shit. Like, it sounds like a movie, a whole movie scene starting.
Oh wow, it snowed so much last year. Or 2 years ago.
Everything's peaceful and calm, and then all hell breaks loose. Dogs start barking, this motherfucker start running. Heart start beating fast and shit. See, it was smooth, man. A good morning. I'm here just eating some sushi for breakfast with some chopsticks and shit. You don't like sushi for breakfast? Then I hear something outside. It's like, what the fuck is that? Yo, I think I see somebody coming. Bam. We found out this shit was all a dream. He took his 5 best beats and put them all on one track. What's that?
It was a baby video that he didn't want to take his medicine, and he just puffed out his whole lips to like not take the medicine. He about to poof him OD right here. Wait, watch. He's like, boop, no, boop. He keeps doing that, like,
not that.
Nope. But he looks like a little boy, though. He's like, nah, what you trying to do here? like right there, he just went ham. With the lips, he said, I don't want it. Now for some reason it's like, it looks like a little nipple though. Like, why you don't want it? Babies never like to take that medicine. But that shot was.
Google Fi, a phone plan by Google. If Extreme Santa made a phone plan, he could snap and share his endless bag of tricks. Nice. Nice. Send it.
Beats for you.
Yeah, I like this one.
Connect your new phone in minutes, if you can open it, with a little help from Google Fi, a phone plan by Google.
Fuck you, Google. You got too much money. They won't let us skip their commercial. Oh, I love this beat right here.
Oh, I know you played this one.
Shit sound like Stranger Things almost a little bit.
It does.
Yo.
And I like the theme song. I literally let the theme song play every time. Yeah. Yeah. Is that one of the rooms in the house?
It's gonna be behind the front door. So you open the front door.
Where the fire's there.
Yeah. It's gonna be the 2 windows upstairs.
you're going to put anything behind, I know the one with information, but you're just going to have the information there, nothing like to add it in the background. No color background or even fire behind it, man. Because that would look kind of like the paper, kind of crisp and burn.
Like in the pipe. Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
I might actually burn the actual paper.
In there.
Like put the information and literally burn the edges of it.
Don't burn it with paper. You should put it in the oven.
Oh yeah.
The oven is gonna
like
wet it a little bit and then let it like literally a minute or two. I did it for a project one time. I didn't know how to look cool.
That is a great idea, yeah.
Or you can even Google like how to do it so you don't burn the whole paper. You know what I'm saying? And like have it printed out on like a color, like this type of color background or something. Like burnt kind of.
That is fucking shit, man.
Why didn't you tell me there was something on my face? Why didn't you tell me there was something on my face?
I didn't see it.
Tell me why I had something literally. I had mascara right all over here. I was doing it and I dropped it and I didn't realize I got it on my face.
Okay.
And I'm talking to my grandmother for at least half an hour.
Goodbye.
Doesn't say a word.
By Google.
I go to the bathroom to look at my hair. Like, why you didn't say anything? You was telling me like right here.
And his new phone and hers. Unwrap and connect your new phone in minutes.
Skip
With a
that.
little
How
help
you
from
do?
Google.
It's the thing I keep turning it. If you have it this way, I'll remember. But Google. Sometimes it has to play, but most of the time it lets you click the first couple. Complex, is this part of you?
I think that is my beat list.
It says Rick Ross, Nipsey Hussle, Beat Complex. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's on the. That's my
Same person?
personal beat list.
Oh, okay.
I got those are the beats that I
Oh,
saved.
yeah, I got you.
Beat library.
Where you save the videos and just play them.
Freestyle for me? You gonna sing for me?
Why you said that?
I hear you over there humming.
I mean, like, I feel like sometimes I sound like how the other person sounds. But I feel like it's just me. But when I sing, I guess when I listen to my music around people, they say I sound nice. But no.
I'm about to let this shit out. Yo, what up?
Have a business. And with YouTube, you can open your door to half the world's internet users while only connecting.
That one sounded like you can put like your heart on that one that just played though. I felt like somebody should have said something. Why is my shirt so fuzzy right now? That blanket. You haven't washed that one yet.
Which one?
Your one that you got
Oh yeah, wow.
I'm not mad. It's gonna come off. Like, yeah. I'm like, what the hell? Why not? I have a bunch of white stuff following me. Pause. I wish I could freestyle though. I feel like if I were to go too fast, I would mumble or some shit. But you gotta put something together that makes sense fast. Not everybody can do that.
It's fun to try though. need a smaller pen tip than this, yo.
Searching for music for your next video? Then you need to check out Artist. With amazing new music added daily.
Introducing Green Dot Bank, the extreme value bank, home of the unlimited cashback bank account with one of the richest cashback Visa debit cards in America. Green Dot uses its own money to...
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's why I stayed dark so long.
This is the XXX baby, sad. XXX, he died 2 years ago.
That's one of his tight beats, I think.
No, I know the same guy, but like I'm saying, he's using his song "Sad."
And share with unlimited data for as low as $45 per line, with a little help from Google Fi, a phone plan by Google.
The beat's ready.
I can't skip this one.
No, don't skip
What was
it.
the song? My bad.
so abruptly though.
The video not even
Problem.
over. We're
The
just gonna
need
stop
for
right
great-paying jobs.
here.
Problem
Well, I
solved.
can't skip
Mike
this.
Bloomberg created more than 400,000 jobs in business and as mayor. He'll invest in infrastructure, technology, and job training. He did it as mayor. He'll do it as president.
You know he paid for that shit. Don't let him skip my shit, YouTube. Got a lot of campaign money behind this. Yeah.
Huh?
It's just a squiggly line.
Okay, I was wondering. Looks like it.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know, it could be a tattoo or something.
I thought I had a different set of colors.
Just buy something.
Sharper. Is it plugged in?
It's the heater, right?
The heater is the one with the orange tab on it.
So,
yeah, because that's not even noise. Honestly, I wonder if I should even add color to this shit.
I like it like this because I prefer you not to put black this so you can tell that it's white like smoke and then put the flames. I think it looks good like that. Cause like, I mean, you said you want it in black and white, right?
That's what I'm saying. I can shade it a little bit just with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like her dress and stuff, maybe. Her skin a little.
Have the fire color and everything else black and white.
Yeah. That would look cool, yeah. Like an orange. I love fire, like that orange and reddish. The colors just look so good together.
Yo, D1, what it do, bro?
this panty still wet? Your hair looks like it is. I'm not gonna touch it.
Yeah, touch it and see.
It looks thick right there.
Touch
Oh, nah, it's crunchy.
It's the whole effect I was going for, yo.
Yeah.
Get it to look like that. How you like your paint?
I like it. I took a picture with my phone. And like, it looks really good, like a bright light flashed on it because you can see like the highlights in my hair.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to take some of my camera.
Ooh.
I was standing weird, like, because it's back there, but
It's good though.
this one looks good, the last one.
You showed your mom?
Huh?
You showed your mom?
I didn't tell her about it at all. I told her only that you were painting me. I never said I was naked.
What do you think she's gonna say?
She probably... I don't know how she would react. I don't know. Because she was mad, like, nonchalant about this. Not that it's an issue, but, like... I don't think she would really care. But, like, a little bit. She'll probably just want to know if, like, other people would see, or was it just... You know what I'm saying? But...
And tell her, like, hundreds of people who have seen it.
But, like, on the stream, it's like strangers, but, like, forever it's on your page. Whatever. And somebody buys it, they're gonna just have it. I don't care. And like I would have been like too. I wasn't expecting it to be that one, but that one came out way better from like the regular pictures. Which I want to still take regular pictures because my fits be looking good.
Yeah. But people don't like. I don't know. When I see a photograph, I can tell if it'll look nice as a painting or not. Like it's hard to see it sometimes, but it just looks like it's a picture. Like wait till I make that shit with paint, yo. That shit gonna look hella different.
Save on a great domain today.
Oh, I forgot to hit it. That went through really fast. I think it's no more music now. Is this music?
No, I saved this on there by accident.
There's like a few things on there that's saved. There's one of your streams in there too.
Yeah, I don't know why. I need to.
You just gotta go in there and take it out.
Delete them off of my beat list. Be young. Be young.
Zac Efron, right? Zac Efron, do you know about him? Well, do you know the movie High School Musical? High School Musical. It's a classic Disney movie, but he almost died from like some disease from traveling.
Wow.
questions. They're not asking the right questions because they kind of think they already know the answers.
Technology.
So I recently came upon a video from something called the World Video Bible School, which sounds like an actual and likely accredited institution of real learning.
Let me change this one.
You touched it too many times. It just has a very, very delayed reaction. So every time, yeah. What up, though?
I like this one too.
What it do?
Purchase your tracks today.
Purchase your tracks today. Still on that peanut butter. He said, man, if you ever find this shit, cop that, bruh. If you ever find this peanut butter.
Purchase your tracks today.
And then after I find that peanut butter, I'm gonna have to find something called some shit called grape jelly or something, yo. You know what I'm saying? Tie them shits together. Got that grape jelly, son. What? Started with that kind bud. Now we got that peanut butter. No, we do it with like no other. Cause I'm a reefer lover. Cause I'm a reefer lover. Strand of the day, that's that peanut butter. Cause I'm a reefer lover. Strand of the day, that's that peanut butter. Ooh, that's that peanut butter. Cause I'm a reefer lover. We do it like no other. Ooh. Strand of the day, that's peanut butter.
Purchase your tracks today.
Cause I'm a reefer lover. Pancakes. You can make pancakes.
No, they're not gonna be as good when you make them.
I said we can make pancakes. We can go make pancakes. Hold on, let me get.
You're gonna leave me alone to it? I don't think.
No, let me get 2 hours in here. We almost at 2 hours now.
I'm just saying, like.
What time is it? It's still breakfast time?
9:20.
Yeah, we can still eat breakfast. The labels to give, man. This shit is the what? Man, I got that Tutti Frutti. You got what? Man, it's Tutti Frutti, bro. I got that Super Purple Haze Kush OG Sour Diesel Platinum. I ain't never had this before, man. This shit right here, this shit called dog poop. What?
That damn ginger beer.
Oh, you already know. I gotta start working on that shit now. My shit gonna be I'ma blend my shit with ginger and hibiscus. Have some herbal herbs, you know what I'm saying? Be them herbal herbs. Runts. Ooh. I got that ginger beer hibiscus. What? It's kind of like gelato, but not really. And she got a citrusy kick to it with a spicy afterbirth. Hey. Pretty good. How you doing? Yeah, sure. It is. I'm not sure of their holiday schedule, but they will be. That same show will be up there for the entire month of January, and the gallery and the gallery hours are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from noon till 5. Yeah, AFA has their own website. You go to AFA.com or even the AFA Facebook, and they're pretty good with keeping everybody's name up there. Yeah.
Balance, even though they say they're the same thing. So, okay, so that's what's going on. And wait, yeah, I did. If you can find it on Apple.com, Chris is hollering to me from the kitchen. So,
all right,
Travis, well, appreciate it, and have a happy New Year.
You do the same thing, Mary. Talk to you guys later.
Thanks.
Bye.
Okay, Travis. Bye-bye.
So that was the guys who handled the video footage for my TV show, and they oh, sexy legs, thanks. These are just some really quick drawings that I'm doing for like a kid's project, but I've never seen your name before, so I don't know if you've ever seen my art, but I am like a legit painter. So this is just a fun kids project, but like my real stuff looks like this. So you definitely have to stick around for shit like that. I'll give you guys some up close of the current projects I'm working on, which is that one with the blue and the weird background is like blue and with the white square. I'm currently working on this piece on that easel, and that piece down there is a new piece that I started, and that piece, and there's a couple of pieces back there that I recently got finished with. So, oh yeah, this is the studio. Ain't no jokes. This ain't nothing but the workspace. Easel, materials, paints. Ain't nothing but the workspace, son. Go to my Instagram if you guys want to see my entire portfolio, my most current works. I update my Instagram pretty regularly. Damn, why is that?
That's a weird word.
Why
Regularly.
Why is it so hard to say? Regularly. They say they got 2 episodes fully edited down.
You want to play it? You started talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can just put it low so you can still talk.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Urban Nerd. Yo, Blunt, what up, bro? Fucking execution. Oh yeah. Doing a little bit of drawing, man. Most people don't really see me draw, yo. And then on top of that, this is just all out of my head, out of my imagination. So I didn't use a photo reference or anything for this. Just some quick drawings for Black History Month, an interactive art piece for the kids. Plus, I don't know, I thought I was going to get paid for this. I probably won't, so I really didn't want to put too much detail or have to take photos or use photo references for this. I just wanted it to be something quick and nice and simple and just fun and interesting to look at. These are like some better drawings. Actually turned this one into a painting.
That one was out of your head? That one was out of your head?
No. No, it's from, all these are mostly photograph references. If I have something to look at, I can do it better. If I come out of my head, that shit always looks like a cartoon. So just having a photo reference is just way better for me. If I can get pretty close to this out of my head, like I can't draw it that small, but if I were to do something big on the page, I could probably get this close with just like kind of making up a face. I draw faces so much, but it still wouldn't look as detailed or as real as if I had a
features you want to put together with type
exactly.
of eyes, with nose and mouth.
This one became a painting. That was a really good drawing. I never really finished it though. I don't really finish most of my drawings. I just start some shit. Never finished the drawing. I was like, fuck the drawing. These are ideas, the original ideas I had for the project I'm working on now. The one of your wife holding your baby. I remember you say you wanted it in black and white. I do remember that. I remember I think you showed it to me. I don't know if you actually sent it to me or not. Pastels. I barely ever use my pastels, but I'm pretty good with them. That's like a quick little 20-minute drawing. I need to do some bigger shit, like get me a bigger pad for some nice pastel drawings. I like working with pastels. The colors always look so warm. Gray one. Gray paper. She's actually laying down on the pillow. Because with the gray, you can see the white color pencil show up better.
It just looks cool. I like the skin tone. Leave it as a background.
That's cool, man. But you already know, like the more you practice at anything, the better you get. Just keep that. Especially if you enjoy doing it, and you know that you're not great. That means you have room for improvement. Those people who be like, oh, I'm the shit, I'm the fucking best. Like they'll never go anywhere because they think they got it down packed, you know. And I'm still learning constantly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and life gets in the way, and then people slowly just stop doing that shit because they got kids and they got to go to work and they got bills to pay, and it's like, fuck. And then it's 10 years later and you're like, shit, I ain't really make no art in a long time, yeah. That's what people don't understand too. Like drawing is harder than painting. Like you can't paint a picture if you can't draw it first. Like you gotta know how to fucking draw. If you can't draw, you ain't gonna do shit. Drawing is fucking hard, yo.
A phone plan by Google. If Santa Cat made
That's just my hand reference.
it would work
And
on your new phone.
drawing your hands a lot is always good practice, yo. Or just drawing different parts of bodies, noses. Noses and eyes, yeah, just draw individual parts. Random shit, fucking keychain bottle opener. Just, I don't know, I had that urge to draw, like I gotta draw something real quick, and just sit in the living room like, fuck it, I'm gonna draw this bottle opener. Another hand drawing. Draw your hands a lot, yo. Drawing hands to get you good, yo. I ain't hardly got shit in this pad though. Oh, these are some drawings my kids did, some of my students. That was pretty good though. Yeah, I don't draw as much as I used to. I do a lot of sketches and a lot of painting. Not a lot of drawing anymore. Like you said, you're. But like you said, you're good, but you're not great, bro. There's a lot of shit that I'm not great at. Like once again, for obvious reasons, like drawing shit right directly out of my imagination. I fucking suck at that shit, bro. Like this isn't terrible. You can clearly see it's a depiction of a lady holding a kid and the foreshortening of the arm as if she's trying to reach towards you. I mean, it's all obvious, but is it like fucking amazing? Like, not really. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Is it like super totally?
Like they just like adding just a little color to like this black and white.
Yeah, that's all. Well, just a simple drawing though. It ain't gotta be great. That's the one thing that is drawing, yo. Nothing in life has an outline around it, and it's weird, that we have to draw an outline around anything when we essentially draw stuff. But there's a practice you can do is trying to draw a picture without drawing any lines, just using shadow and shading. And no lines at all, and it's a really good practice, and that helped me get my shading skills up. And I think that's when I draw, that's one of my strongest points is shadowing, yo. Just trying to find a light source and pinpointing how the shadows will react to which way the light is coming. I'm really good at shadowing. I ain't gonna lie. I think I honestly, once again, that's probably my strongest asset when it comes to like straight graphite drawing. I'm tough with that shadow shit, yo. Once again, something I barely do, man, like markers, pastels, colored pencils, man. I rarely fuck with this shit. I be liking to play with all this stuff, man, and just need to do it more. That's how I feel like I'm playing right now, just colors. Shit. I drew me a little coloring book page, and I'm coloring that shit in. Made my own little coloring book, fuck it. Gonna have the Dragon Ball Z smoke clouds in this motherfucker, yeah. I got the fucking what? Dragon Ball Z clouds, smoky, bitch.
Looking like a cotton ball. Some cotton candy or something.
What is that? Smoke, nigga. You can't tell that's smoke. You ain't watched enough anime in your life. Term. I got you, bro. Everybody know Terminator. Call this nigga Mr. PlayStation. Be young, ooh, hey, oh, hey, be young, yeah. Hi. I mean, you get the idea. It's getting attacked by cotton candy. Some flaming Cheetos cotton candy.
I was yesterday, my brother wanted to get those at the gas station. You and the spicy, you be having me want the spicy.
I swear, yeah.
I like using the color pencil that way. The shade, yeah.
Like, save me, please. I got a fucking child in here. Women and children first. Women and children first, nigga. Move, nigga. Somebody. Fire department nowadays, Lord. Ain't nobody got time for that.
a teardrop.
Yo, that heat drying up all the tears, everything evaporating in that shit, yo. Tears dry up on her face, yo. Dry ass face.
But everything else survives. Her hair, the brows, all the way. Even the baby.
Alright, so actually I want fire on this panel too. I don't know why I didn't just draw the room like it's on fire instead of just drawing like a neat ass room. But I can just overlap fire on top of it. It's not gonna be a big deal. Then I have to draw one more panel in here, and then my panels will be done. I might get on that later because I'm about to go have some breakfast real quick. Since we got a couple of viewers in here, I think maybe 1 or 2 new viewers, I'll definitely show you guys some of my recent and previous artwork that I've been producing for the past couple months here. Keep these color pencils out because I'll probably use these again. And my drawing utensils.
Before season 2 of Impulse premieres, catch up on all of season 1 from the beginning.
Impulse. Yo, Impulse. If y'all haven't seen Impulse, y'all watch that shit, yo. It's a goddamn YouTube original. That shit is hot. Why'd you skip that beat?
I skip it. Late.
It's her tongue.
I know what it is. The only part that's red is fire and then her mouth, so I was making a joke.
Oh yeah, I'm getting hungry too. I can eat a lot of biscuits with some syrup. I'm not kidding. Let's get in the kitchen, get that whisk out and start mixing some pancake batter. Throw it in the pan. Watch that shit splatter. Ooh, we about to fry it up with some virgin olive oil. Yeah, that's. We have it on food.
I don't know.
The food wraps. Oh shit! Throw in them spices, some ginger, I like it, and some nutmeg. Ooh, it give me second leg. I start to dance and then I fry my eggs. Put some ketchup on it, yeah, I like it. Oh fuck, I meant to get ketchup too.
Yo, I saw that shit in the fridge. It's like
that shit is on the low
crying.
end. That shit is low end. I got some sazon.
Sazon.
Some adobo.
That's like you switched it to another one you knew how to say.
What? It's what?
No, I'm scared of that. Touching anything, setting it up.
Balance. Ooh, this that new. Your boy, yours truly. Damn, my forehead fucked up. I got dips and craters everywhere in that bitch. It's all good though.
It's all good though.
Look out. Put that bird back in the cage, boy. These colors is killing me though. I'm loving this shit, yo.
I like how they look all messed up like that.
Yeah, I'm loving it. How you get abstract art and high quality portraiture on the same canvas? This nigga got an abstract portrait. What? I'm starting some new shit, man. It's a new trend. Portraits and abstract art. I can't wait for somebody else to bite this shit like they be biting all my other ideas. I gotta make it soon, man, for they bite all the good shit I be making, yo. So I'm doing another trilogy of self-portraits discussing the topics of consciousness, reality itself, time and space. Where do we come from? Why is there something rather than nothing? And these pieces, I want the viewer just to contemplate their inner space and to just wonder and imagine on the bigger questions that we've been asking ourselves, you know, since we started asking ourselves questions like, where the fuck did we come from? What is our consciousness? You know what I'm saying? So focusing on that with this series right here. This piece is coming out magnificent so far. It's not quite done yet. This piece is finished and is varnished. So this was my first introspective piece on, like I say, just questioning the nature of everything. So I used a really thick, heavy layer of paint for this abstract piece with another nice, beautiful portrait of myself, because I paint myself a lot. The portrait came out pretty good. I'm satisfied with it, but I really enjoy this background. It just makes me feel inquisitive and questioning. Like, what the fuck is all of this going on in here? Something from nothing. Something from nothing. I've been waiting to use this long canvas for a minute. Yeah, I can't
Super
believe
wet?
it, yo.
It takes a long time to dry, though.
That shit's still, that black on this canvas is still wet, yo.
Do you see it darker?
Yeah, look, it's right there, yo.
That oil playing no games.
Yeah, I thought it would have been dry by now. I want to varnish this thing and get a seal on it, but it's still wet, so have to wait on its turn for it to be dry. Got the gold leaf on there with the gold ink. So I gotta let this one dry. Damn, that shit's still getting over everywhere, yo.
You got 2 black spots right on your thighs.
Well, wipe that
On
shit
your
down.
thighs.
This piece I just started. Now it'll be crazy if this gray is dry.
I doubt that. Get out of fucking town. Well, it's only like not a thick ass layer.
Some colors just take longer to dry, yo. And I mix that white in with the black, and that white just helps that shit dry faster, yo. That solid black, yo, that shit just taking forever to dry by itself. And I just painted this shit. Now that shit been sitting right there for like
a few weeks,
almost 2 weeks. Right, I finished that shit. Look on Instagram, see when I posted that shit. That shit was 2 weeks ago. And that black paint is still wet. And I just painted this canvas gray like 2-3 days ago. And this is already dry. Now, I bet if I touch this black right here, that shit'll be wet.
December 20th, so yeah, a week and 3 days ago.
Oh damn, even that
Rule
black
5.
is dry.
Get $300
I must have put
off.
too much fucking whatchamacallit in there. No, put
Only pay for the
a
data
lot of
you
that
use
medium
and get unlimited
to
texts
make
and
it
calls.
flow
Starting
smoother.
at $3 a
Shit,
month.
My
Sign up
But this
at
is
Google.com.
But this is gonna be my next piece. This is an underpainting of my homegirl Jessie. I'm actually doing 2 paintings of her from the same day. So this is at the same location. We just hung out at a tea shop and took some pictures outside at the tea shop. This is a different angle of her at the tea shop. That one's still gotta finish the underpainting on that one. And then I had a photo shoot and I got another picture that I'm thinking about using. It's okay. I gotta really decide if I'm gonna use it or not, or use a different crop version of that picture.
Did you take more than one photo from that day?
It was so crowded. Like the first place we sat, like that's not that. It was there's 2 other ones that are strong possibilities. Yeah. After I print this out and I'm looking at it, I'm gonna try the other 2 and see how they look. I might just go with this one and say fuck it. I'm telling you, it might look good on canvas. Shaman, what up?
Maybe that's like a big idea with it, her being bigger.
Yeah. We got D1, we got Blunt Move, and Sean, man, that's the whole 20 cause we smoking and we rolling, and that's dope, man. I mean, think. Fuck what you think. Some fuck boys we ain't. We steady on that swank. Got swagger, man. My sauce be dripping. But on the other hand, we intellectuals in here. We pimping this knowledge, this intuition ain't skipping. Listen, it's logic. I go to the gym and I'm brolic. Fuck that, y'all niggas ain't. I can't wait till you sink. That's your boat, so. Oh.
Get that cup. Last one.
Alright. So we about to go. I gotta get some breakfast, guys. Let me turn all this shit off. It's early, so there is a really good chance I'll be back up in here later. But appreciate everybody chilling with me in the studio, man. Watching the process on these projects. Working on a little drawing for our Black History Month Black Scranton art installation. Should be able to finish that up in a couple hours. Like if I just really do it and start running my damn mouth so much. But that's almost done, and we still have a couple of other pieces to work on. Still have some more photos to get onto canvas. So, yo, the art room is always busy, yo. We're always producing these beautiful images and speaking some positivity into the universe. I hope y'all have a good day. Catch y'all later. Peace.